All right, what's going on, guys? We are back with a Dokkan Battle video, and today we've got some upcoming content coming to the game very soon. So what we're going to do in this video is just kind of go through this, see what we got coming up, go over when this content is actually going to be dropping, and then some other things that are coming alongside this stuff here. So let's go ahead and let's take a gander at what we got. So new event, this is the Dokkan Frontier Red Ribbon Army Edition. So I know a lot of people didn't necessarily enjoy Dokkan Frontier, right? I think starting off with Namek Saga was definitely a choice, right? Not to say it was bad. I did enjoy Frontier, right? I have actually completed all the stages. I just have not gotten the videos up just yet because of life, and that's about it. But I will get those up very, very soon, especially because we got these dropping here next. Dokkan Frontier, I think, is a fun mode. It's just starting off with playing Namek Saga. It would have been better, I think, if they had dropped newer characters alongside it. Yes, I know we got like the free-to-play Krillin. I know we got the little free-to-play Dende. I know we got the free-to-play LR Goku that transforms to Super Saiyan Goku. But it was a very like I don't even want to call it lackluster or like sour, but it just like wasn't great, right? It didn't feel great to have to utilize like all these older characters. It just didn't feel right? So I mean, maybe in the future they'll kind of take that as feedback, and whenever they release newer like editions or sagas of Dokkan Frontier, maybe it'll be around a time where we're doing a celebration for that specific saga, or you know, when we get to certain points like the end of the Namek Saga, that'd been a great time to drop a new Goku, a new Frieza from that saga. But they didn't do it. They gave us a free-to-play one, which is fine for Frontier mode, but outside Frontier, it's kind of just almost useless. But nevertheless, with this one, this is the Red Ribbon Army Edition. Now, it's not going to make you use only Red Ribbon Army characters or Dragon Ball Saga characters. This is that extra series that they did talk about in the producer's letter, where you're going to be able to use any team you want, right? It doesn't even mention it here. The extra series of Dokkan Frontier will soon be available. In this series, all characters can be included on your team. So you can kind of build your team out however you want. You're not going to be limited like you were in the Planet Namek Saga. So it should make it a little bit more fun, I think, for a lot of players. A lot more people will probably be more inclined to do it, to get the rewards, to go through the motions of it, as opposed to flogging it, putting it on the back burner, kind of like how I did a little bit down the line. But yeah, I think this is gonna be very good. Again, I think Frontier is a great mode. I think it's a very fun, fresh thing for Dokkan. They just need to execute it a little better. So I think with this being the extra series, allowing you to use any team you want, I think it's going to be a little bit better for a lot of players. I think people are going to have more fun with this. So we'll see what it entails. We'll see what this mode is going to look like now, being able to do that. Maybe it'll be a little bit harder because you are able to use whatever kind of team you want. So we'll definitely check it out once it drops. There are going to be new stages and a new area added to the Dokkan Quest mode. So we're going to Area 42, stages 1 through 4. Maybe we'll finally start getting some of the awakenings for that Chaozu. I don't know. I guess we'll find out here very shortly. I think we're about due to start getting at least his TUR awakening, right? Because we don't have that yet. Let me see this Chaozu. Yeah, because he doesn't even have his TUR yet. And this guy is going to end up being an LR at some point, right? Because him only having the time traveler category, he's definitely got something. He's got the stats, the hidden potential stats to be an LR. So we'll see what he ends up becoming. Maybe we start getting a little bit more of that here with this area, hopefully. We got a new stage for the Who Dares Heated Throwdown is going to be dropping here soon. This was a very fun event. It's kind of a boss randomizer style event that just kind of like you got random bosses, not even depending on like what you did for the fight. It just kind of just whoever you fought next was just kind of just shaken up, pulled out of a hat, right? It looks like there's going to be a superhero edition, possibly going up to Orange Piccolo. Now, one thing I noticed when looking at this was they used the old asset for Orange Piccolo for the giant form, for the Power Awaken LR. I think that pretty much solidifies the fact that we are not going to get an Orange Piccolo LR as part 2. Otherwise, they probably would have held off on this a little bit to probably make him the final boss, or if he is the final boss, just a boss in here, right? So I think part 2 is going to be a Cell Max. I think that's kind of what we're looking at. I think it's pretty obvious from the beginning, but I think we were all kind of hoping for an Orange Piccolo to kind of help out Beast a little bit more. But I'm not mad about a new Cell Max for sure. This event should be fun. I do like this one. I think this is very good. They did a Daima version. They did a Tournament of Power version. So presumably we'll see this for Superhero. And then maybe another one after when part 2 drops. I don't know for sure, but we'll definitely see. Part 2, by the way, according to what we think in the news, is probably going to kick off around the 14th. So I think that's probably when we're going to see part 2 begin. I think that's when we're going to get Cell Max in game, or whatever the part 2 LR decides to be in game around the 14th. I know Broly last year was the part 2 Carnival. He dropped on the 12th. So sometime around then, I think is what we're looking at for that. Then we got the burst mode here. That's going to be Awakening Beyond Ultimate Power. This is the Beast Gohan Dokkan event burst mode. So we'll be able to do that, get all the challenges done, get some extra stones, extra goodies from the burst mode. And that's really it for a lot of the upcoming content, right? Actually, there is something else. Obviously, these guys, right? So we are going to go into maintenance tonight. Once we come out of maintenance, we'll have that data download. A lot of these events will probably be available then. This one will be for sure, because that's already in the news as well. And the EZAs will be dropping. So these guys will also be available 4 a.m. just like these will become available tomorrow, right? So we even look down here. It even shows right here, July 3rd, 4 a.m. They drop. July 3rd, 4 a.m. That drops. So those we know are coming tomorrow. I would assume that the Dokkan Frontier is probably next week. Burst mode, maybe tomorrow or Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow, I would assume probably next week as well. But we'll just have to see. Other than that, I mean, that is what we got coming up for content for the next week. Big thing being the EZAs, right? These EZAs dropping is going to be very, very fun. I'm very much looking forward to trying these guys out and using them. I think they're going to be very, very, very good. Very much looking forward to Cooler specifically because he is an animal, and I think everybody's waiting for his EZA. Last thing I do want to talk about was there was a this is gonna be a little crazy to say, but supposedly they found another issue with the Metal Cooler Army reinforcement state, or Metal Cooler Army in general is getting another buff. Now, if you remember, Metal Cooler Army already did get a buff prior because part of his passive was not proccing correctly. If we actually go ahead and pull him up, we'll go ahead and do that right now. He's right here. So there was a line in his passive down here that was not proccing correctly with the whole like boosting coolers, boosting metal coolers, all that. I just hit that data, so we don't need that. But this right here ended up getting buffed. Now he's getting another buff in his reinforcement state, which is already broken as it is. But it says in here, after changing the attack order during the reinforcement state, the passive skill effect plus 600% may not activate on the next turn. This issue is scheduled to be fixed. So basically what this means is once you go into the reinforcement state, if you move the characters around in any sort of way, there is a chance that the plus 600 attack for each turn that the reinforcements continues, it will not proc, which is a huge detriment to this character. So this being fixed is gonna make this character even crazier. So if you were having some lackluster performances with the reinforcement state to begin with, now once this gets fixed, you're gonna see that this is actually just a crazy fix, a crazy buff. Dude, I don't even know what to say about this. It's crazy how good this character already is, and for him to be getting another buff, another fix, to realize there was something still wrong with him, yet he was still already so good. I feel like there's like no limit to this dude's potential of how good he truly is. which is insane because he is just a regular monthly Dokkan Fest that is running the game right now. But that's all we have here for the upcoming content, for the upcoming news. I think this is going to be very good. I'm very much looking forward to this next week. See what we got going on, especially with the EZAs dropping tomorrow. I'm very excited to see what this frontier looks like as we keep going forward, and just everything else that we got coming up here for the rest of part 1 of this celebration. So if you guys did stick around to the end of this video, I do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of all the upcoming content coming to the game. What are you guys excited for this new Dokkan Frontier edition here? We're able to bring in any kind of characters you want. Does this make you a little more? Does this make it a little more enticing to kind of play this as opposed to like the Planet Namek Saga where you're limited to those characters? Let me know down below, and let me know if you guys are ready for any of this other content, and specifically if you guys are excited for these EZAs here. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.